Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farah Laurent. Another episode where I'm going to be talking to you today about why you should be going live on LinkedIn, such as I'm doing now. Why is it so important for nurses to go live on LinkedIn, whether it's for you to grow in your career or specifically to grow in your business? Even more importantly, if you have a business or if you're aspiring to start a business, you need to go live now. So, a lot of nurses will get stuck in their head and think, like, I don't have a business yet. I didn't write the book yet. I don't have my website yet. I can't go live. I can't be on LinkedIn. Wrong. You need to start now. You need to start building your brand. People need to start to know about you, know about what you do, and just communicate all the great things that you're doing and just your knowledge in general. So, for those joining me today, if you don't know who I am, my name is Farah. I've been a nurse over 20 years. I help nurses level up in their career, land their dream job in less than 90 days. I help nurses with personal branding and help nurses in business learn how to make money moves. So I just hosted a conference called Nurses Making Money Moves in Tampa, Florida. Just recently moved to the Tampa, Florida less than 6 months ago. Planned this conference in less than 3 months. And I'm also planning a retreat May 2nd and 3rd. Today's the last day to get your ticket to learn more about how to go live on LinkedIn, how to create content, how to be visible, and how to build a brand as a nurse. So I'm so excited to be here to be talking to you guys today. One of my favorite things to do is to go live. So if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from, what city, what country. Say hello. Drop any comments or questions that you may have in the comment section. All right, so let's get into it. Nurses, 5 reasons why you should go live on LinkedIn. So, quickly, let me go and talk about what it is to go live. So, the technical aspect of it, you can't go live on LinkedIn unless you have a streaming platform, like a third-party streaming platform. So for me, I use Restream and I actually pay for it. There's a free version that you can use, and there's another platform called StreamYard. They also have a paid version and a free version. So all that technical aspect stuff, we can go into it another day. There are a lot of videos on YouTube on how to go live that you can easily look up. And then this is something that I'll actually be going through with my clients, specifically on our 2-day retreat in Clearwater Beach, is the behind the scenes, the technical aspects of how to go live on LinkedIn. So actually, back in the day, I actually had to apply to LinkedIn to get permission to go live on LinkedIn. And you actually had to have a specific amount of followers. So, but let's just get into the reasons why you should be going live on LinkedIn. So, the number one reason, I talk about personal branding a lot, but really the number one reason is to humanize your brand. What do I mean by humanize your brand? Going live gives people an opportunity to meet you. So it's the closest thing to meeting you in person, because not only are you're on video, but you're on video live. And you're on video live where people can actually chat with you, ask you questions, and it's the opportunity to really show your personality, show your knowledge, and you can't fake anything because people are asking you questions in real time and you're giving them real answers. So it really shows your expertise, and really gives people a glimpse into your personality, how they would be able to interact with you if you were a client, or maybe if you were a speaker, things like that. Or if you're going to an interview, like I always talk about, 95% of recruiters will look you up before they invite you for an interview or even get on the phone with you to talk about the potential job, right? So really, the number one reason you should be going live is to humanize your brand because, yes, we love AI. Not everybody, but I love AI. A lot of people love AI, and it helps with a lot of different things. But one thing that it will not take away is the realness of you. So this is not fake. You're real, you're in the flesh, and you're talking and interacting with people. So that is the main reason why you should be going live. Shout out to Dr. Kiana Jones. Thank you for joining. So that's the number one reason. Second reason is thought leadership. I just briefly talked about it before. When you are a nurse, you have so much expertise, knowledge, and skills in so many different areas. Whether you are a nursing student, a new graduate nurse, an experienced nurse that might have, say, 5, 10, 20 years of experience, no matter what level you are in nursing, you have thought leadership, you have expertise, you have your experiences that you can share with others. Yes, even if you are a nursing student. So, a lot of times when I work with my clients as a nurse career coach and I help them with their transition of practice and really landing their dream job in specialty areas, I work with them on how to create an introductory video on LinkedIn that they could share. And I encourage them to go on podcasts, write articles, things like that, because they need to be comfortable articulating their value, articulating what they do, because communication is so important, specifically when you are going into nursing, into an interview, right? And if you think about it, going on video, specifically live, takes a certain amount of confidence because you can't just come here and just, fake things like I talked about. It has to be real. You have to be prepared. The more you go live, the more you do video, it increases your communication skills, increases your confidence, so that when you do have to go for an interview, you're comfortable and recruiters can see that. Same thing in the business. Maybe you want to get more speaking opportunities. Well, if you're constantly going live, you're on video, you're sharing your thought, leadership, and expertise, people will say, hey, like, I would love for this person to speak at the next conference or this event that I have going on, because they feel like they know you and they've seen some of your work. So this is why it's so important to go live on LinkedIn. And you never know who's watching. There are so many people who may not comment on your post, they may not like your post, but they are watching. There are a lot of decision makers on LinkedIn that can create positions for you, create job opportunities, can be potential partners in business or hire you in business and be your potential client. You may not even know it. They will reach out to you out of the blue because they've seen you consistently show up on LinkedIn, provide value, provide thought leadership. And this is why you're getting these opportunities. So we have a question from Dr. Kiana Jones. What should the lives be about on LinkedIn? Should it be about something that is trending? So that's a good question. So it depends if it's, let's say, number one, you have to realize what is your purpose for being on LinkedIn. So, number one, if it's for career or for business, you have to have, this is my personal recommendation, a set of topics that you constantly talk about. So, for me, I talk a lot about nursing, job related content, interview skills. I talk about new graduate nurses, transition to practice, and I give them tips on those types of career related things. Then I like to talk about personal branding as a whole. So I talk about personal branding for nurses in their career or nurses in their business, surrounding personal branding. And then I talk about business opportunities, different careers. So you can talk about what's trending. I would say try to relate it to your expertise or whatever the goal is that you're trying to do on LinkedIn. So for me, I like to come on here and educate nursing students, new grads, and business owners or potential aspiring nurse entrepreneurs about the opportunities that they have in business. I like to educate about social media content, personal branding, that type of stuff. So maybe if there's something trending, I may take that and infuse it with something that is relatable to the topics that I like to talk about, just so that it's congruent and you're not just constantly talking about random things. Because on LinkedIn, people need to know you for a couple different things. So I would say one specific thing that people know me for here on LinkedIn is that I'm a nurse career coach for new graduate nurses. I'm also a speaker. I speak about personal branding. And then now, nurses making money moves, I talk a lot about how nurses can make more money and get different opportunities. So I hope that answers your question. But to start off, I would say just pick a couple topics. You can always change your mind and do something different later. You know, it doesn't have to be concrete and set in stone because we fluctuate. We have different things that are moving all the time. So that's fine. So if you're just joining me now, I'm talking about 5 reasons why you should go live on LinkedIn. Live meaning what I'm doing right now. So I'm also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook and on LinkedIn, right? So, number one reason was to humanize your brand, build your personal brand. That's why you need to come on live and that people can actually get to know you and trust you and you can have more opportunities. Number 2, you want to share your thought leadership and be seen as an industry expert, the go-to expert, um, and like I said, the industry leader. Number 3, going live helps you build relationships because people are coming on, asking you questions. They may set up a call with you after because they might be like, hey, I saw you go live. I'd love to have a conversation. Or you might get consultation calls that way, where people want to book a call with you to learn more about what you do or how you can help them. I've met so many different people on LinkedIn that we're now friends just because I've invited them to come on my podcast live on this LinkedIn Live, or we've just chatted here on LinkedIn. So, number 3 is definitely you build relationships. Those relationships can turn into future partnerships, collaborations, or potential business opportunities. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit still, got a little bit of a cold still. The other thing, number 4, is it going live increases visibility and engagement on such a different level than just posting on LinkedIn or just doing regular video. So if you look at LinkedIn statistics, I wrote this down. Going live on LinkedIn will give you 7 times more of the reactions, and you'll get 24 times the comments than actually just going uh like doing video. So the engagement is 24 times X comment wise, and then reaction wise 7 times X if you do go live. So when you increase engagement, the likelihood of, if you're in business, the likelihood of you getting customers or paying clients are higher because people are actually engaging with your content going live more. And people are actually seeing you more when you go live than just doing traditional short form video. Now, what I will tell you, so I follow a couple of digital marketers. So I can't remember, I always forget his first name, but his last name is Patel. He's a huge digital marketer, millionaire. And he says going live on LinkedIn is more important than creating just short form video. So he talks about long form video because what happens with this long form video, if I'm going live for 20 minutes or say 30 minutes, what can happen is I could just take this content, put it into an AI type um, device that could cut up the short form content, or I can do it myself or have somebody just edit it out and chop up different short form so that I now have multiple short form videos that I can use for the future. The other thing, I'm not just going live on LinkedIn. If you have a paid version of Restream or a paid version of StreamYard, which is the third party streaming that you use to go live, you can go live on multiple platforms at the same time. This, again, increases your visibility on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else you're going live. And it helps you save time, right? Like, how cool is that? So that is another reason why it's so important to go live as a nurse. Can you give insight into the workload of MSN programs? I plan to start a dual MSN and MBA program. Okay, I'm not sure who this user is. If you could please tell me your name. I think I have a feeling who it might be, but please let me know your name. For some reason, you're showing up as LinkedIn user. I mean, it really depends the workload of the MSN. It depends on different programs. It depends on your university or college. It's pretty cool that you're going to end up with the MSN and MBA. I think that's cool. I did a master's in education, so it's a different track. However, it's going to be similar, and you're going to have assignments. You're probably going to have discussions, whether it's an in-person program or online program. The workload varies. And of course, you're going to have some papers because nursing loves to write papers. Um, Juliana, yes, I think I messaged you before. Yeah, so the workload is going to be probably very similar to most other MSN workloads, but I would say as a tip, just make sure that you read the syllabus and ahead of time you plan out your time so you can have good time management so you actually finish your assignments on time. But definitely doable because I did my master's program while working full time in the emergency department. I did my doctoral program while working full time as well and having two small kids. So you got this. Okay. But if you have any other questions, you can definitely message me offline and direct message me. We could talk more. All right. So the other reason why you should go live on LinkedIn is because you want to promote yourself, promote your events or products, and just communicate kind of what you have going on. Because trust me, my own friends that I talk to on the phone sometimes don't even know what I have going on. So, this is a nice way to just self promote. Nurses do a horrible job with self promotion. We're taught typically to like be humble and not really promote ourselves. But I say no to that. You need to promote yourself and be out there because no one is going to promote you better than you're going to promote yourself. All right. So if you're wanting more opportunities, you're wanting to grow in your career or in your business, you need to self promote. And another way that you can get better at this is actually have people on live with you that could really serve as a referral or promote you. If you've worked with a client before, invite them on your live, talk about a topic or whatever. And this is an easy way to start your podcast. This is how I started my podcast, The Nursing Dose with Farah. I literally started going live, and then I was like, you know what? I can just turn this into a podcast. So I took the audio and just put it on Spotify. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be made up and all the things. You literally just have to start going live so you can build your personal brand and your visibility. So promoting things like maybe you want to write a book. Well, guess what? You need to start talking about that book before you write it. You need to do some research, some market research to see if people would even be willing to buy this book. and how you should like structure the book, what should be in it. Because if you have a potential customer base on LinkedIn or wherever social media platform you're using, you need to get some insight before you actually write the book. Don't write the book and then be like, okay, now I'm going to promote the book. You should be talking about the journey of writing the book and come on LinkedIn and start talking about it in the early stages. Just like me when I did my first event, the Nurses Making Money Moves conference, I had an idea. I literally threw out a survey on LinkedIn, got a couple of responses, started talking to different individuals and say, hey, if I threw this conference, would you come? This conference is going to be about this, this, and this. I started posting about it. And literally within less than 3 months, I made it happen. Um, and I use this platform to share all the different things that happen at the conference. And I have more content I'm going to be dripping out as it comes, photos, testimonials. It's going to go on my website. I'm going to have a lot more videos once the video editing team finishes it off. So my point is, whether you want to write a book, you want to start a business, build out your business, going live is an easy way to start marketing yourself and start promoting yourself. And another way to do some market research to understand what your audience really wants and to hear what it is that they want from you so that you don't really waste your money or time into things where maybe they might not be interested or want to buy. So it's an easy way to get feedback going live on LinkedIn. So again, I'm going to just recap what we talked about. Why should you go live on LinkedIn? Number one, you want to build a personal brand and humanize the brand so people know you. They can decide whether they like you and want to work with you and trust you, right? That's like the ultimate currency is trust and being top of mind. So I'm constantly on LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn for, I'd say, the last 3.5 years. I post almost every day, at least 3 to 5 times a week. And I go live at least 1 to 3 times a week. And guess what? So many people on LinkedIn still don't know about me because there are over 1 billion people on LinkedIn. And guess how many people actually create content or go live? 1% of the people. So this is what it is. There is not a lot of competition out here in terms of content creation and building your brand and your thought leadership. So take the opportunity to create content and go live. Did you hear what I said? Over 1 billion users worldwide use LinkedIn. Only 1% actually create content. And think about, are they actually creating good and valuable content? And do they create video? And if they do create video, are they even going live? So think about that. If you're going live, you're creating videos because you'll make short form video from your live. You're going live on multiple platforms and you're sharing written posts on LinkedIn every week. People will start to notice you. They'll start paying attention. You will get more opportunities. It's just simply it. I've gotten so many opportunities from LinkedIn, multiple speaking engagements, consulting opportunities, and even job opportunities just from being on LinkedIn. I even made it to the Jennifer Hudson show. I was on the Jennifer Hudson show. This is what I'm talking about. Building a brand, sharing your thought leadership, and showing up and being visible. You will get opportunities. Okay. Are you guys with me? So let's recap. Again, number one, humanize your brand, build your brand, show your personality so people can trust you, know you, give you opportunities. Number two, you build relationships. and you're able to really answer questions in real time, just like I answered this MSN question that Juliana had. Um, and then you build relationships off LinkedIn. So many people I've met on LinkedIn, I met at the conference, my Nurses Making Money Moves conference. By the way, tickets are on sale for 2026 International Women's Weekend. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be March 6th, 7th, and 8th that weekend. So I'll drop the link for my conference, Nurses Making Money Moves, for next year. And then more importantly, people can't wait until next year and they asked me to do another event. So I'm doing an event May 2nd and 3rd in Clearwater Beach, Florida. And it's going to be a business mastermind retreat where we're going to talk about how to create social media content and not just talk about it, actually going to create the content and create videos there live in Clearwater. We may even go live there and I can show people how to go live, schedule a live, teach you how to invite people to your live, teach you how to use Restream or StreamYard, actually build out your account, hold your hand, and show you the steps on how to go live on LinkedIn. That's going to happen at the mastermind. And then create social media content. And also a newsletter. I'm going to break down why it's important to have a newsletter on LinkedIn and how to actually create your first newsletter if you don't have one. So those are some huge things that we'll talk about. And then, some other business basics in terms of marketing and sales. So that is May 2nd and 3rd. Today's the last day to get your ticket. So I'm going to drop the link. The pricing doubles after today, so you don't want to miss it out. You don't want to miss out on it. And then again, so number 2 was build relationships. Thought leadership, go-to expert. 3 is build relationships. 4 is increase visibility and engagement, which can later turn into opportunities and more clients, because you'll convert more clients if people trust you. They know you as the go-to expert. They will have less questions when you actually get on a consultation call with them. So it'll help with that. And then number 5, you can promote yourself when you go live, promote your events, your products, or just really anything that you're doing. You're going to keep the audience informed, whether it's like you want to write a book in the future, you want to become a speaker and get more speaking engagements, whatever that is. This is a free platform because you can use the free version of Restream and StreamYard to go live. And you're reaching so many people globally. Like, people have reached out to me from everywhere, like Australia, the UK, Canada. I mean, I lived in Canada, so I have ties there too, but like Canada, Africa, like everywhere. When you go live, you have a wider reach. People will watch you from everywhere. And like I said, you never know who's watching because you're going to get more opportunities. People will direct message you, hey, can you speak at my event? Can you come on my podcast? Opportunities will just start coming to you. All right, let's say someone has a question. Monica Woodward, thank you for your question. So camera shy. I'm older. You are so pretty and confident. Oh my goodness. Listen, so many people, thank you for that. So many people have this fear of going on camera, right? But what I will say, it's not always easy in the beginning. You need to practice. I'm still improving my lives, improving my videos, improving the way I communicate and go live. And it's not perfect. And it will never be perfect. And that's the raw authenticity that people want. People are tired of, cookie cutter things that look so perfected and almost fake, right? People want real stuff. So I think this is why I'm so relatable to my audience, because sometimes I'll show up on here with no makeup, sometimes makeup, I'll be outside, everywhere, right? People want to see you in your element. So don't worry about so much about how you look. But if you're shy about that, then I would say, then yeah, maybe get your makeup done the first time you go live by a professional makeup artist, do your hair, just so it'll give you that confidence to go on. A lot of people will say, right, like the better you look, the more confident you are. So in the beginning, put some makeup on, do your hair, put something on that's really nice, and then it'll give you more confidence to go on. If you don't want to go on by yourself, I would say invite somebody to go on with you so you can have a conversation. Sometimes it's a little funny just like talking to the camera, but there are people that will start coming. Like when I first started going live, nobody watched. Like it was 0 views, but I just kept going. Consistency is where it's at. It'll get you um, better, right? You have to be consistent. I would say practice just doing videos on your phone, and then maybe you don't go live for 30 minutes, right? I usually go live for 20 to 30 minutes. But maybe just do like a 5 minute live, just a short little live where you can have the opportunity for people to ask questions. The other tips that I have, I sometimes, like today, I just went on, just kind of hopped on live, right? However, the better way to do it is actually to schedule your live weeks in advance. You could schedule a live, I would say 2 to 3 weeks in advance, and you can invite people to come. So, you can specifically go into location, like say Tampa Bay area, Florida. You can pick a couple of states, or you can pick schools or things like that. So there's different ways you can filter it out and invite people. So if you invite, let's say, 1,000 people, out of those people, you'll likely get at least 10% who will probably show up on your live, or if not, a couple people. And get this, once I'm off this, people can watch the replay and still interact, still ask questions, put their comments, and it'll still play, right? So that is another reason why. No, I don't use a script. If anybody knows me, I am not like against scripts, but kind of against using scripts, because when I do my interviewing with my podcast, people will always say like, "Hey, like, do you have questions?" I'm like, "No, I'm all about in the moment, just going for it and making it authentic. I don't use scripts. I don't use questions. We just have a conversation and we go." But what I will say, some people like to prepare their lives. So honestly, all I do is like jot a couple notes. That's it. Like I usually just do a one pager or bullet points. So today I talked about the 5 reasons why you should go live. And literally that's all I did. I just listed the 5 reasons here and just went through it. No script, nothing. I just feel that it's more authentic that way. And that's kind of like how I like to roll. So, yeah, so those are my tips. Get made up for the first couple times until you feel comfortable doing it naturally. Go live for less time. Instead of 30 minutes or 20 minutes, do a 5 or a 10-minute live. The other thing is invite someone to your live so you can actually just have a quick conversation with them if you don't want to do it live by yourself. But I will say going live by yourself is better than continuously inviting people, because you want to be seen as the thought leader, the industry expert. Yes, you can interview people, you can have a podcast, that's fine. But if you have a business, um, particularly if you're trying to get more clients and things like that, you should go more live by yourself than actually interviewing other people. Because when you interview people, you're highlighting their stories, highlighting them. So it gives you less chance to really show your expertise and your knowledge. So That's kind of the tip that I have. So I would say definitely message me, Monica. I don't know where you're at. Where are you? I can't remember where you are location wise. Sorry, it's my 4-year-old in the back, of course, always coming through. Let me know where you're from, because I do have a couple of spots in the mastermind. I think it would be perfect because we will actually go through all the things about how to create content, how to show up on video, how to show up live. And I'm going to be doing it hands on over these 2 days, a Friday and Saturday. And the backdrop is going to be Clearwater Beach, like one of the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beaches um, in Florida. So that wraps it up. I hope that this was helpful. Oh, you are in Florida. You need to come to my mastermind in Clearwater Beach. I don't know where in Florida you are, but hopefully it's a short drive and you can come. I can give you the details. I think there's like maybe 4 spots left. So I would love to have you at the mastermind, especially since you're from Florida. Okay, Port Charlotte. I think I've heard of that. I think it'd probably be maybe like a 3-hour drive to Clearwater. So we should definitely send me a direct message after this. Actually, we should probably just hop on a quick call if you're able to, or just direct message me. And I could tell you more about the mastermind. And if anybody else is interested, direct message me. I will put the link below on how to get to Clearwater Beach May 2nd and 3rd. And today is the last day for the early bird, because after today, it will double in price. All right. So thank you again. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to have more lives on different topics like this: personal branding, social media, all that stuff. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Monica, I hope to talk to you after this. All right. Take care. Bye.